Sorry, just adjusting the volume. Okay, a couple things. Number one, game might just look a touch brighter. I did find the slider. It was in the menus. I was just being dumb. And I did do a couple caves off stream. Just because I wanted to do a stream. Pretty much where it was just running around. But couldn't because my bandwidth getting throttled. So I kept an eye on it like all weekend. And hopefully it's good today. Did look like there were some reported issues with my ISP. Just from like the speed test website. Wasn't code red, but it was code orange. But we'll probably just do a dungeon today. I specifically wanted to avoid some of the overworld stuff. Even though, you know, probably wasn't the end of the world to get the glintstone key. But I don't know, the dragon fight might go, you know, not so well. Fighting these guys might not go so well. And I might have a little bit more health. Thanks. Just use the normal fireball until we have the X-Men laser. Just use the fireball. I did do the Moog side quest thing. We can go there whenever. But probably not for a while. But that's something I wanted to do. That was one thing where I'm like, do I really want to stream that? Because I'm just gonna go into 3 people's worlds and then just get killed. The PvP in this game is very annoying. I've mentioned before, you can't really invade unless they have other people in their world. So it's never going to be a fair fight. And it wasn't. So it didn't go well. But nothing crazy going on for the weekend. Trying to get a little project done. It's taking kind of way too long. But I think it's kind of a part of the process is it's going to take a very long time. Right away. And then we'll just learn how to not make those mistakes. So that'll be on Twitter probably for the end of the day today. Need to get some Mario Sunshine done as well. So there might be a little less Elden Ring. I say that, but it's usually like 2 hours. Regardless. I don't know why I did that. There's a bonfire right over here. Oh well. I did do a bit of the Frenzied Flame quest line, which apparently you don't have to do. Like, find the grapes, give them to the lady, to, get the, I was gonna say the bad ending, but it's more like the Frenzied Flame ending. It kind of is the bad ending, though. There. Like, that's not the right rock. It's a Monday. Not a crazy eventful weekend. Oh, this is bad. I forget. Thank you for the nice tell. I didn't do much besides try and get some work done, which will hopefully completely get done today. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday was just me in front of a computer. Except Saturday was not so great, because I did not get a lot of sleep. So I probably could have got everything done Sunday, but man, I was hurting. Woke up in the middle of the night twice. So I ended up just kind of fighting off being tired and having a headache all day. You know what happens? Happens when you eat a big bowl of ice cream before you go to bed. And I'm not like lactose intolerant, but man, something was not right in Kansas. Thanks. And I would really like a fatal blow. Why does that do so much? Yeah, that was my weekend was, man, I'm tired. Okay. I mean, I could use the dragon stuff, but I don't think I will. I've never made a dragon character, even though I have invested in Faith before. Or I respect. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was the character I made on my old PC / old Steam save who I either deleted or it uploaded the wrong like cloud save. And I think it was Dex Faith because I was like, you know what? I'm doing Dex on PlayStation. What about Dex Faith? What if I try that? And it happened to be kind of a good call. But I think Strength Faith is better. If I'm remembering how some of the weapons scale, I think Strength Faith gives you one of the better weapons. Even though I think this weapon is also really good. But I think I did swap off this at some points because some of the bosses are really fast. This weapon is very slow. But it does give you the shield poke, which I never used, like, ever in any Souls game. I know I've talked about me beating original Dark Souls with the lightning spear, but I never used the spear from, like, behind shield. I never did that. Either because I didn't know or just I didn't think it was good. It's probably just I didn't use it just because I was already using Iron Skin and Havel's armor. We're taking the long way. You know, I have only 2 heals. Maybe that was not the wisest choice. So far, nothing about Elden Ring DLC news. I think if anything, most people were right in thinking they're probably going to announce it next month in February. And I hope it comes out in February as well. I hope it's not just announcement and then later. I hope it's like something like announcement and then like, oh, next week. That would be nice. There might be a mega stream whenever that launches, because I know for a fact if I have to take a break, not like take a break, but like we're only streaming like 2 hours of Elden Ring, and we've got new content and bosses who I probably won't be able to beat on the first or second or third try. I ain't gonna want to stop. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube or just trying to catch up on old stuff, you'll be happy to learn I did find out how to get to Jarberg. I'm pretty sure one of my friends who told me where it was. I mean, I knew where it was, and I know where he was trying to direct me. But he had mentioned that it's like there's some sort of cave with like 2 extra exits. And it's like, oh, you just go around and you go here, and then you're at Jarberg. And I did find the cave. I said like, oh, I found that cave once, but like I didn't know there was a second exit. So I did find it, and I'm like, this is not even close to Jarberg. So then I just looked it up. And you just like jump off of the cliff. And you go down. So I went to Jarberg for the first time. Please no. Oh, I thought they rammed. Yeah. That move. Yeah, this I never did. But in Elden Ring, you might see it a few times. I don't know if there's anything secret here. I'm gonna be quite honest with that. I do know there's a bit of PvP coming up, though. Not like real PvP, but quest line PvP. Because I've never finished... I can't remember his name. The one guy. He's got, like, hiltless. It's not called hiltless in this one, but he's got that weapon. Yeah, I feel like our damage is pretty good right now. But I want to up the survivability. I don't see myself going up past, like, 20 endurance. But who knows? Who knows? I'm pretty sure he's over here. Or you take this summon sign. And he's fighting them already. It's one of those two things. I thought you talked to him first, but maybe not. Maybe he is somewhere and I just missed him. It's probably not the case because we didn't miss this part. Of the quest line. Hey, you get that weapon.
Oh, that bloody finger was a thorn in my side. Here's a token of thanks. I may not have much time. I'm dying to see you. Eleonora. Yes, I've been tracking Eleanor. She is the deadliest of all bloody fingers. But in spite of her cess-blood zealotry, if she comes for you, there is no shame in self-preservation. Be on your way. Perhaps we will meet again. Be on your way. Perhaps we will.
So I know the next part is he's at a church. But I don't know which one. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these quest lines progress when you get to the next area, or you take the lift. Or whatever. Climb up the whole mountain. So I probably won't be doing that for a while. Or, I don't know. I think that's maybe the only quest line that I think has a chunk of stuff to do before you go up there. Or it might just be in the next area. I'll have to look that up. Because I do want to do a bit of Caelid before we go. I want to do the Crucible Knight boss fight that's in there before it disappears. Get a shader cache. We're in a little bit of trouble. It's been a while since I've, done this area. Am I gonna take the shortcut to Magma Mansion? Probably not. Or at least... Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Because that might, move the side quests up. So let's not do that. Maybe damage isn't so great. Maybe it's okay. I think as long as I play well, be good. I don't think this boss is that difficult. I think you can really screw it up and lose. But I think in terms of, like, avoiding damage, it's pretty doable. Thanks. Well, there goes any big moves. See what I'm saying? This weapon is extremely slow. I know there's some secrets around the side. Okay. What's this one? No more regen. Hopefully not a problem. We'll take a sip though, even though our heal, like, I think it's like a full heal. But I find that's kind of the problem with Elden Ring. Yeah, you don't want to wait until like you're low on health and then it's like, okay, now it's prime heal time. It's like, I better be at full health because this guy could kill me in one more shot. And you would just never know. I mean, you would know after you got hit, but having played this before, I know how Elden Ring likes to work. Like, we can survive one more grab, but that's it. I say, isn't there like at least one more dog? There's our one more. There's definitely way more than one more dog. But we're invincible now. I mean, we're not invincible, but I don't think dogs have the means to get past a shield. Spectral Lance. Like how it lets you summon. And regardless if you believe me or not, I did not summon on any of the cave bosses or anything. There was one I was very close summoning on. I'm like, I can't do this. And I don't really want to leave. The factor wasn't, I can't do this. The factor was, I definitely don't do enough damage before I run out of resource. And I didn't want to leave and like maybe forget that I had to do that cave. But then I used some craftables and somehow found out something I had no clue even existed, and the fight became extremely easy. And I'm not going to say what I did, because the next time I run into the guys, I want to do it again. Even though this is like long, probably. Oh my gosh, they're still chasing these guys. Yeah, you can tell by the eyes that I have that quest line done. I think it's done. The only thing left to do is like go there, fight him, and fight Moog. Oh, that's another way to go down, just in case you forgot or didn't know. All right, we are resting this one. Yeah, kind of just a slow episode. I say episode. This is live. But unfortunately, I have to structure these like episodes. I wanted to talk a bit about Pow World again. Because it's kind of popped off. But there are some things that's kind of come up. And I wouldn't say it's like dire straits. And that's mostly to do with the designs of the quote-unquote pals. But I think it's obvious they kind of went for, you know, yes, this is Pokemon. But, you know, after seeing some of them, you kind of do wish, like, you know, maybe you could have tried a little harder. And obviously it's still in early access, but I don't know how much they're willing to do to make those changes, if they even want to. For the most part, I don't think... I think most people are kind of in the net positive. Because the game does look fun. It looks like everyone who's playing it is having fun. I think it just announced that it sold 5 million copies. And it's been in early access for 3 days. Which kind of just shows you how, like, hungry... It's like... I don't want to say like Pokemon fans, but I would just say Pokemon enjoyers are for like just not only like another game, but like something that's just quality as well. I say quality, but I mean like quality in the sense that, you know, the game actually runs on the platform it's on. I need to back off because I think a jar exists in that room. Now I don't want to get into the talks whether it's, you know, a Game Freak problem or a Pokemon Company problem. I'm more inclined to say it's a Pokemon Company problem. Because Game Freak can only do so much. And when you have the #1 franchise in the world, I think you could probably afford to put in a little bit more. I was going to say time and effort, but if time and effort, I mean, if time is the problem and you need these out either yearly or every other year, you know, you should put in the capital for more effort. Okay, I can now just no longer enter this room. I think Sword and Shield got a bit of the pass because it was the first one, but after that, no. They played us. It's not even that Scarlet and Violet are bad games. It's just, man, it runs so poorly. It runs worse than Arceus, which was also Game Freak. It's just impossible. Impossible. Getting in here is impossible. Not, but I know what we're doing. I know the strat. This is the strat. You're alive. And I don't think they ever patched Scarlet and Violet to run better. I don't think it even happened. So I think that you know, makes Pal World a little bit more enticing. Like, wow, this game is like actually HD, what I want. So the competition is nice. In fact, there's been a lot of competition on like Nintendo stuff in the past few years. You know, the Steam Deck kind of being, I think, the biggest one. Now we've got Pal World. And there's got to be something else. It's not like a few years back when like there was just like zero whispers of Metroid happening again, and there were just some really good Metroidvania style games put out. I think that was maybe one time when there was a bit of fire under Nintendo. And like there's been a couple, like you could say like there's open world games that are, you know, an improvement upon like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think Elden Ring is kind of one of them. But I still think Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild still hold up in comparison. Like, if you want to put like Genshin Impact next to Breath of the Wild, it's not even close. It ain't even close. You know, but they are kind of different style games. It's really only the means of traversal and exploration that are similar. Besides that, like, Genshin doesn't really play like Breath of the Wild. Hey, Cat, good morning. I guess good afternoon. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, I wish I was, wish I could have been live Friday. But man, the internet was just so bad. Texas, thank you for the first time chat. No, it's not first playthrough. This is technically, I would say, my third. But it is my first... Actually, no, it's not my first PC save, but like... Okay, so... Texas, if you're still here. When Elden Ring launched, you know, I had the big stutter issue, so like the game was basically unplayable. So I played it off stream. But it was like it was a stuttering mess. But now that I've changed my computer parts a little bit, it actually runs on PC, so this is technically my first no technical issue PC save file, which is a fancy way of saying this is my third playthrough. Wait, you can't go back up that way. It's pretty much just in preparation for the DLC. Because I don't have my PlayStation copy anymore because I traded in because it actually runs on my computer now. Oh yeah, our damage is fine. But also I think this guy's weak to fire. Okay, I did not know we just had a normal bite attack. Nice. This is what I mean by, like, you kind of have to heal after every hit. Because you can never know if the next one is just going to take the rest. Like, oh, I have 60% health. Yeah, well, might as well just be 1 health. And I could probably up our defense a little bit. Can I? Yes. Yes. That's fine. Sensational. Game, can you roll when I say roll and not like buffer? There we go. I'm just getting mega greedy with this weapon. Eika. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope Pal World was fun. I was just talking about it a little bit in terms of just what people are saying. And kind of why I think people are saying it. So if you didn't hear any of that, I'm probably not going to talk about it again. Let's not do that. Let's just go with like something like that. Mostly the negative was, yeah, I can kind of see where people are upset that some of the models are not supremely well thought about. And it's just green version of this Pokemon, and it's like kind of obvious. Sensational. I can kind of agree with that. Like, yeah, maybe they should have tried a little bit harder. But that is also kind of like what they're going for. Like they're specifically going for this is Pokemon, but not really. But I don't know. I think you can make an argument for both sides, even though as a creative, I would have liked to have seen them be maybe a little more creative. But I think it is good that, you know, someone is making a game that people want. You know, it's weird. I never really thought about, like, indie devs, like, kind of being, like... I don't know. I do like indie games, but I never really thought about, like... Oh, what if an indie dev just, like, made this one game? And just made it better than, like, the actual company that invented it? Because I think it's very, like, few and far between when you have, like, stuff like that pop up. I think Stardew is kind of one of those games. But to have, like, something, like, big, like, Pokemon... Not even, like, a Pokemon that was, like... Just, like... Collect the gym badges, but, like, the open world, like... Arceus, catch and craft and explore aspect, you know, because the odds of Pokemon Company going back and doing that idea is probably very low. So it's nice to have, like, developers who, you know, gravitate towards that gameplay style, you know, make something that kind of was a flash in the pan kind of game. It's not even, again, Scarlet and Violet is not like Arceus. Wow. Okay. Feels like I'm playing the middleman, but I can't really knock. It's tough. And it's definitely getting people angry. But I think you could definitely make the argument that, like, maybe go back and rework it a bit. Because what I think, this is just my personal take on why it's like that, is because they wanted to release a game in early access intentionally, but not have, like, you know, oh, there's 20 pals to collect. I think they were shooting high. Like, okay, let's just try and make as many as we can before we, you know, launch an early access to actually have, you know, substantial content. Even if that meant, you know, this is just Pikachu. This is just blue Charmeleon or whatever. I would hope they would maybe address and be like, hey, you know, we are looking to remodel and redesign or refine designs. I would love it if they came out and said that. That would kind of fix every problem I think people have who are maybe making some gripes. I think that's really it. Please don't. I'm gonna sneeze. And I couldn't mute because I cannot take my hand off the controller or I'm dead. Never mind, we're dead anyway. Oh, I went insane? I went sicko mode? Nope, we're dead. Nope, I live. I figured out what I can do. Nope, we're dead. He just swung his arms around like this, and if I got hit, it was my own fault. Sorry, it's just a bit of a stretch. You may have heard a bone crack. I can't remember. Is this just an extra side area? I think it is. I think the way to the boss is just on the right, and you go up where the bowling ball is. And you're looking to take an elevator. Yeah, probably for the foreseeable future, no Pal World for me. Not until like streams and socials start doing good. It's kind of the priority so I don't starve to death. At some point in the future. Then, you know, I can finally get some group stuff together and not have to dial in so much on, okay, is it better yet? Oh, okay. Well, here we go. 6 months in the tank. Back to the hyperbolic time chamber. Which is not hyperbolic or have anything to do with time in real life. It's just real life. I was gonna say, what's the equivalent in like Dragon Ball when they train, but like they're not in the hyperbolic time chamber? Oh, it's just normal. Where do I go? Is it here? Can you make this jump? One of these jumps I know you can make. I think it's this one. It hurts. I'm pretty sure that's the jump. I just think I didn't do it right. Wasn't the game's fault, it was my fault. Three hits isn't too bad. Kind of this guy. That's the problem. Or maybe it's there. No, I swear you can make that jump. But it's just weird. There we go. Yeah, I know this game. I know some of the secrets. Okay. Yeah, some of the platforming is not very forgiving. It's like you better know exactly where you're jumping from or else. You know, at least they give you a jump button in this game. And not, you know, whatever Dark Souls 2 had. And then Lies of P decided to do the exact same thing, even though there's like 2 areas in that game where you have to jump. And like one of them is optional. You can just walk over it, but the game prompts you like, hey, there's a jump in this game. You're like, oh, okay. You don't even have to use it in that area. I think it's just near the end. There's one treasure chest you have to jump for. Man, Lies of P was so good. I hope we get a trailer soon. I'm really... That is so weird that I'm just excited for DLC for games that, you know, I've already played through. Man, Lies of P was so good. It was so good. I still need to finish it. I have 2 more achievements left to get. There, all that for a weapon I'll never use. The tried and true of Elden Ring. Trying to remember, can you get over there from here? You might be able to make the jump. It seems doable because you can go over and around, go somewhere else too. I'm gonna try. Actually, I'm not gonna try from up there because you know what's gonna happen. I won't make the jump. Then I'll have to make 2 jumps to get my souls back. We'll just do it old-fashioned way. That was too early. No, it wasn't. Oh, see, there's so much stuff down here. Makes it a little annoying how many times you have to jump across. What? I feel like I missed something. You can just get to this area normally. Yeah, there's a ladder. What the heck? Oh, that's important. I mean, it's not the most important thing, but it's semi-important. And I do not remember where they all are. Yeah, like, I don't know where I am. I mean, I kind of do, but... Y'all know the routine. What? I don't know. When the level design is like that, kind of makes me think of Sekiro. Where it's like, am I really supposed to be up here? But I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. You know, it just feels weird. Good, I'm glad the shield spear is putting in work. I was not expecting that encounter to go that well. Yeah, not much else went on, you know, during the weekend. Excuse me, I'm just trying to think of other stuff I saw people talking about. And that was kind of the big news. You know, and we're all kind of waiting for Elden Ring DLC. Why did that do, like, no damage to him? What the heck? Oh, well, I guess Snake is going to be out in Fortnite, I think tomorrow. At least from what it says in game, where it says coming soon, but then it says in like 3 days. That was Friday or Saturday, one of the days. One of the days of the week. I need to beat the Crystal Crab. There's a shortcut here. I know that. Yeah, I think this is all just for an item that I will not ever use or need. Just like the crossbow. I tried. It's too hard. Like, I've tried parrying with the buckler and it's so easy. Any other shield, it's like impossible. It's like the active frames are just like... It's too hard to guess. With just the way the attacks are. Like in Elden Ring. But with the buckler, as long as you kind of like... can gauge when it's about to hit you. You can time it. And I guess you could do that with every other shield, but man, it's not easy. I think the fastest thing to do is obviously not go back around. I can't remember which one it is. It's not this. No, is it? Might be this one. They're too close together. Nope, that was not it. this one. I really think it was all just for that staff. Which I think is pretty good. But I've never done a sorceries build. Despite us having an int-based character, initially, I never did, like, spells. I might have tried once, and I'm like, no. I'm just going to use Moonglaive. And then did. How did I get back up there? Wait, you jump around. Was just here, already forgot how to get here. I mean, I was watching some, not like entirely, but I was thinking about rewatching Naruto. I don't know why. I think it's just because I still have Netflix and it's on there. And I'll probably have it for a little while longer. And I feel like Naruto gets slept on. I feel like it does, but it doesn't. I definitely slept on it. Because back when the big three were, you know, still updating weekly, I did not like Naruto. I thought Bleach was better. And I can tell you right now, that is so wrong. Naruto's like 1,000 times better than Bleach. Okay, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I can't teleport. Oh, because of you. I don't know. I think maybe my tastes have just changed. And I think Bleach does have really good art and action. It just does not have the story or the consequences. Like to one's actions that, like, you know, I've kind of changed my brain into thinking of like ever since Fairy Tail and how like I just got like so sick of how every arc that would happen, there would just be no consequence to anyone's actions. And I'm like, you know what? Bleach is like this too. And like Fairy Tail's like one of the worst things ever. Also, I thought Bleach was better than One Piece. Let's just like clear that up. I thought it was Bleach, One Piece, and then Naruto. I thought that was my order of the big three. What was wrong with me? Okay. I don't think you can block this. I think this just like breaks your guard immediately. obviously One Piece is still going, but there's so much more to One Piece than it's very long. And I just didn't get it as a kid. I just want to rewatch Naruto. I don't know if I want to rewatch all the filler. I think that was the command grab. The command crab. When it first came out, the first 2 arcs of Bleach were so good. I think that's why, because I remember reading Bleach very, like, early on. And I think it's very good up until... Honestly, up until, like, after the Aizen arc, or whatever you want to call it. I think that's when it was, like, actually, like, good. And then, like, immediately after that, the next arc, that's when it, like, went extremely downhill. Bleach is, like, 2 times too long. And I don't know if it was maybe the editors or the magazine or someone who's saying like, hey, you can't end your series right now. Bring it back. The Hueco Mendo. I don't know what that is. You're using words again that I don't understand. And if this is something in Bleach, it's out of my memory. To the point where I probably didn't even say it right. If like this, those were the enemies of that one arc, and I'm like, yeah. You know how I said I didn't pay attention to stuff as a kid? I definitely did not interpret, like, I definitely did not keep names of certain things in my head. To the point where I could only name probably Grimjaw as a villain. And Aizen. You're saying that, and it's just like so vaguely in my head that even happened. Yeah, it was like the Grimjaw. Like, I'm like, it could only be like, okay, you're talking about the first 2 arcs. It could only be in relation to this. But that's how much I've just like not cared about it. To the point where I'm saying, you know, I'd like to re-watch Naruto. I haven't even watched the last arc of Bleach that's getting animated right now. I don't think it's finished. I think it's almost done. But like at that point, I was just like, look, let's just read it. Let's just read it until it's over. I don't care at this point. But I'm not watching it. I know who Nell is. I know who she is. I remember that character at least. I wonder why. Yeah, that was like when Bleach was like actually like worth reading. It was after all that stuff, and you know they took care of Aizen, and you know Ichigo's out of there. There ain't no way he's coming back. He's cooked. And then it's just like, you know what? Let's bring him back. Like, what the heck what was the point of any of this? This, I don't think I want to take. I think this takes you to the area with the 3, like, special portals. Let's go, dropping frames. Don't even really like the arc, just a couple characters from it. I mean, I think that's what makes at least the arc enjoyable. And again, cool fights. Dude, can we seriously stop this dropping frame stuff? I'm getting really mad. We had it clear for an hour and a half, and now we're getting throttled. And I was really hoping to get to Mario Sunshine. Not Mario Sunshine, Mario RPG. Because the last part of that just went up on YouTube, so no more backlog there. He's cheating. Got no shield out. He's cooked. Can we please stop dropping frames? The first arc. I'm assuming we're talking about the Soul Society arc. Reminded you of Yu Yu Hakusho. You know what? I've never, ever tangoed with Yu Yu Hakusho. And I know people love it. and I've heard it's pretty much the GOAT of Shonen Jump. But I've never even bothered with it. Okay, so I was giving this up until we got to the boss, which is happening right now. We do not have steady frames. We're streaming basically at 30 FPS.